What up? It's your boy T Bear here on the reaction. Today is Films Friday. So I still want to do this one, so I'm gonna get it out the way. So this is so a couple last week I did like a couple. I've been doing a couple from a couple weeks on Films Friday. I've been doing stuff involving Full House in memory of. If I get the right picture up, nope. Bob Saget, who he sadly lost this past month. So through MsMojo, and then watch stuff from MsMojo, I come across more stuff, and they actually got more Full House stuff as well too. I'm gonna check out another time. But this one that came up recently though is from one of my favorite shows, The Fresh Prince of Bel Air, and this is top 10 times The Fresh Prince of Bel Air tackles serious issues, and it's good to watch this show, especially with the upcoming series Bel Air coming on Peacock pretty soon. So it's good to check this out right here, because Fresh Prince was all about the laughs and the jokes, and with Will Smith, they always had some tackle some serious moments right here. One of the big ones all the time everybody talks about is when Will and his father and everything, and how come he don't want me. And another one we dealt with is Will in the speed situation with Carlton taking the speed by accident. Excuse me, and Will getting shot. And some other ones I can think of. Oh yeah, the frat brother situation. The frat brother situation with them not think Carlton wasn't black enough, and then another issue with Carlton and with racial situation with the cops and all that as well too. So definitely stuff I said, and they're gonna be in there, and I don't think I named all 10. Maybe I did, but we'll see. But even if I did, we'll see how they rank. So without further ado, let's check out top 10 times The Fresh Prince of Bel Air tackles serious issues. Let's get it.
The day you were born, the happiest day of my life. First time I held you, I didn't think I'd ever put you down. So why did you?
Welcome to MsMojo.
Oh, yeah.
And today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times
And we
Fresh
came in.
Prince of Bel Air tackled serious issues.
You just thought that because I'm not a size 6, no one would ask me out.
That's a good one.
Well, not everyone feels like
Yup.
that. I mean, that's just your hang-up, isn't it?
For this list, we'll be looking at moments and episodes in this sitcom that
Oh,
address
yeah.
heavy topics. Which of these Fresh Prince stories stuck with you the most? Let us know in the comments. Number 10,
Yep.
class disparity. In the aftermath of a harsh and humiliating rush week, Will discovers Carlton wasn't accepted into the all-black Phi Beta Gamma fraternity.
Me and Carlton got in? Well, not exactly. I mean, you're cool and all, but Carlton, well, he's not exactly our type.
It soon becomes clear that this is due to the president's prejudice against Carlton's privileged upbringing. Will tries to spare his cousin's feelings. However, Carlton steps in with hard-hitting truth for the fraternity leader.
Being black isn't what I'm trying to be, it's what I am. I'm running the same race and jumping the same hurdles you are, so why are you tripping me up?
It's a powerful speech about not invalidating someone's identity just because they had a different experience. As the episode closes, Uncle Phil poses a rather poignant question about this intense topic. When the family responds by silently thinking his words over, the audience is encouraged to silently reflect too.
When are we going to stop doing this to each other?
Number 9. Confronting mortality.
Oh yes, right. Well,
Come on, Doc. I've got
oh yeah, I forgot about this one. This is actually one of my favorite Carlton series moments right here.
Don't take it for granted. Although the heart is the strongest muscle in the body, it also has the most responsibility.
After ignoring warnings about his health, Uncle Phil suffers a heart attack. Everyone rushes to aid the fraternal figure except Carlton. He has trouble seeing his dad in such a vulnerable state. To him, Phil is an invincible Superman and can't deal with that image crumbling. Carlton is finally challenged when Will confronts him. Their talk is full of harsh realities about mortality and parental issues.
Look, I don't want to see my father with tubes up his nose, okay? Carlton, there's going to come a time when all he has is tubes up his nose. Not my father! Everybody's father!
Fortunately, this raw conversation enables Carlton to finally come to terms with the situation. He realizes that it's more important to appreciate the time he has with his father than to avoid him out of fear. This revelation is followed up with a heartfelt conversation between father and son.
Sorry I let you down, sir.
You
could never let me down, Dad.
I love you.
Number 8, your first time.
Well, I love you, Ashley, and I think we should make love.
Hey, they show him a laugh.
Together?
They show him a
Since
purple
the Beach
laugh.
House had a few teenagers around, it's not surprising to see scenes where characters are coming to terms with their sexuality. But a season 6 episode where
Yeah, I
Ashley
showed the
questions
comp
whether
thing with
she's
Will
ready to take
Colton.
another step forward with her love interest hit hardest. Fortunately, her older sister has great advice. Hillary addresses Ashley's feelings and concerns and ultimately empowers her sibling to make the
The
decision.
one time Hillary was the one of the rare time Hillary has reasonable moments.
Decision that feels right.
I mean, Hillary, weren't you scared? Of course. Everyone is. But I was ready. And only you know if you're ready or not.
Not everyone has someone that they feel comfortable talking to about the birds and the bees. So during this conversation, Hillary may have acted as a big sister to many young people watching at home.
I know you're aware of all the issues. And whatever decision you do make, I'm always here for you.
Number 7, interracial
Oh
marriage.
yeah,
Everybody, this is Frank.
Val was tripping to this.
This is everybody.
Whenever the Smith sisters get together, you just know that you're in for a good time. But their relationship was strained when Janice revealed that she was engaged to a white man. Initially, Violet Smith is adamantly against the union. She even tries to prevent Will from attending the wedding too. The show makes space to fully detail why she's afraid of the union, while also making it clear that Janice is aware of the potential hurdles she may face in society.
Survival, Janice, please don't marry this man.
But Frank and I are aware of everything you just said, and we can handle it, sis.
Thankfully, Will's words help convince Violet to see her little sister wed. The sweet conclusion to this episode gave us hope that Violet would continue to support her sister's love.
Why are you all looking at me? Reverend, go on with the ceremony. We are paying you by the hour.
Number 6, sexism. As much as we love this show, we have to admit that Will said a few sexist things.
Okay.
Human sexuality.
Okay, that's a good little input. This is a good one.
The contents of the book.
There are a few examples of him speaking to women in disrespectful ways, of making assumptions based on gender. Will occasionally had to learn lessons about his bias the hard way. On one occasion, a prank orchestrated by Carlton and Lisa wakes him up.
I thought you were good, but you're not good. You caused
I feel like they kept her because I feel like they gave a good impression. She gave a good impression. They had to find a way to keep her in there, so I guess they kept her as a girlfriend. Because after what she did, I'm surprised he stayed with her.
so much pain to so many women.
But she did kill this part.
Just a dirty dog.
Another story sees
Oh, yeah.
a male boxer teach him a lesson about assumptions. He and Carlton also engaged in a battle of the sexes with Hillary and Ashley. While there are certainly aspects of these episodes that didn't age gracefully, the main message about confronting sexist behavior is still relevant today.
Well, I am not crazy, okay? This whole thing was a sorority prank. They wanted me to teach you a lesson.
In what? Black
No. Respect for women.
Number 5.
Oh,
drunk
yeah.
driving.
Good
I'm gonna
one.
go take Jackie home. Wait here till I get back. And you're in no condition to drive, mister.
Will's ego gets the better of him when he starts competing for Jackie's attention. After getting completely wasted, he considers driving home before passing out first. He wakes up in a cemetery where he has a life-changing encounter with a group of poker-playing ghosts. The tone really shifts when he talks to Billy, a spirit whose life was cut short by a drunk driver. This talk hits like a punch in the gut.
I was playing ball on the sidewalk. This car jumped the curb, took me out. The driver was drunk.
Its heavy content makes Will finally realize what could have happened if he got behind the wheel while intoxicated. Even though it all turns out to be a tequila-fueled nightmare, we're sure that this lesson will stay with Will and the viewers forever.
You know, I almost got my car and drove home tonight.
Well, let's just be glad you didn't.
Number 4.
Oh, yep, here we go.
substance use. When Will
Shoot,
gets
the stuff I'm
overwhelmed,
crazy about the stuff I'm mentioning was the top almost. Well, not really. Most of the stuff I mentioned is the top 4.
his friend offers him a dangerous and illegal quick fix solution.
I'm into whatever gets the job done. To me, it's just freeze-dried coffee. Just in case.
It's all but forgotten about until Carlton mistakes his cousin's pills for vitamins and ends up in the hospital. Although everything turns out okay, the
They had to make it serious. They didn't show them dancing.
guilt still weighs heavily on Will. He eventually confesses that he's responsible for Carlton's accident in a tearful and heartbreaking scene.
Those pills that Carlton took, they were from my locker.
What?
Look, Uncle Phil, I was just keeping them in case I needed them.
The episode highlights that irresponsible substance use can also endanger a person's loved ones.
Look, all I know
He did this scene.
there's somebody real close to me that I love a whole lot. Could be dead right now. And it would be all my fault.
After Will realizes who he could have lost, the episode ends with his family knowing how sorry he is. Number 3, parental abandonment.
Hey, Uncle Phil.
There we go. I'm surprised number 3. So,
With your father.
so I'm wondering if the shooting is number 1 or the racial profiling was number 1. We'll see.
He waltzes in here after 15 years?
14.
Oh, excuse me.
Viv and Phil are skeptical when Will's dad comes back into his life suddenly after 14 years. Sadly, their concerns are proven correct when Lou flakes out on his son once again. This leads to one of the most iconic moments of the entire series, and arguably one of Will Smith's best performances.
Will, it's all right to be angry.
Hey, why should I be mad? I'm saying, at least he said goodbye this time.
The emotion is so raw that you can't help but get choked up during his heart-wrenching monologue. He's
The
so
fact that his word that if you watched it and you heard like a little bit of crying in the end, they said that was Karen Parson who played Ashley crying in the background. Like that hit a lot of folks in the audience, and the cast members are too. Like this scene was like that powerful.
convincing that many believed he was drawing on his own experiences. While it turns out that this situation didn't happen in the actual Will's life, his acting brought an all-too-real issue to the forefront.
Because ain't a damn thing he could ever teach me about how to love my kids.
Like, you look at Uncle Phil. Like, look at James. That's probably real emotion right there.
How come he don't want me, man?
Number 2,
Yep.
racial profiling.
So we'll get shots
The
number 1.
plot of Mistaken Identity takes a dark turn when Carlton and Will get pulled over by an officer while driving a car that belongs to one of Philip's colleagues.
Okay,
Unfortunately, they end up behind bars. When Phil and Vivian come to their rescue, the officers continue to show more prejudiced behavior.
Sit down.
Hey, you don't talk to my wife like that.
Now, wait a minute, buddy. Who the hell do you think you're talking?
Who the hell do you think you're talking to?
It's not until a white man vouches for the young duo that the police finally start to work with the Banks. But Uncle Phil is sure to get in the final word with a strong and impassioned speech about prejudice.
So, officer, don't tell us to wait, and don't tell us to sit down. Just open that damn cell and let those two boys out of there. I'm going to tie this place up with so much litigation that your grandchildren are going to need lawyers.
Even after they're released, Will and Uncle Phil make it clear to Carlton that this encounter is unfortunately not likely to be an isolated incident.
If you were a policeman and you saw a car driving 2 miles an hour, wouldn't you stop it?
I asked myself that question the first time I was stopped.
Before we unveil our number 1 pick,
Oh, yeah.
here are a few honorable mentions. Black History.
Oh, yeah.
Vivian schools Will on the importance of Black history.
Well, baby, you can read that book. You can wear the t-shirts, you can put up the posters, and you can shout the slogans. But unless you know all the history behind it, you're trivializing the entire struggle.
Accepting others.
Yep.
Will and his uncle aren't as different as they'd like to believe.
Let me tell you something, son.
Yep, first episode.
I grew up on the streets just like you. I encountered bigotry you could not imagine.
Poverty. The
Oh,
Banks
yeah,
family
that's
learns a little something about privilege and poverty.
Just because you volunteer a couple more days a year than I do doesn't mean that you're better than me.
I didn't volunteer at all.
Oh, so you're paid to be here.
Honey, I live here.
Body image.
Oh,
Dee
yeah.
Dee teaches Will about body shaming.
That's right. I can't figure out how a brother goes from T-bone to rump roast. That's all. Give me some credit, man. That girl is not my girlfriend.
Not your friend either.
Before we continue, be sure to
Yeah, that's a
subscribe
good-
to our
that was a good
channel
episode, too.
and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You'll have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, gun ownership.
Let's have the money. Come on, come on. All right, hey, it's cool, dude. Carlton, give him the money.
During one of the darkest...
I gotta say this. This was a good... Me watching this more and more now. Like, I watched it earlier. I ain't think when I was younger, I watched it. I always thought I wasn't gonna get shot. But watching this more now, the older I got, like, you kind of gotta feel with Carlton. Yeah, you gotta, like, kind of, like, have some sympathy and feel for Carlton, though. Like, he was so sheltered because all he thought about was stuff that he was always wanted to, like, exposed to, like, because the rich life and all that. And then when this happened or everything changes. He couldn't believe nobody, not even his own father. Like, he was like a trouble. He was like somebody who's troubled and sheltered, and felt that it's not that, and his world was rocked. And then he, how it ended with him buying a gun and stuff. And sometimes like some folks is okay. Folks, like with some, I always say, like, stuff like this. Some folks is better where they at as far as their exposure, because if something can rock them into being something they never was before, and all that. I mean, I even myself, like, that's why I choose not to, like, get engaged in certain things. I choose not to engage in certain things, or I don't really. One reason I don't want to ever own a gun or get anything that's going to involve me, using violence, like boxing and all that. You should learn that. Folks should own a gun, or folks should, learn self defense and all that. Something might trouble me and have me using it for the wrong reason. So, yeah. So that's why I literally felt for Carlton in this whole episode. Like, I got older, I felt for Carlton. But anyway, let me not talk about this too much. Let MsMojo say what they gotta say.
Episodes of the series, Will gets shot while he and Carlton are getting mugged. An angry, scared, and incredibly vulnerable Carlton decides to take extreme measures to prevent something like that from happening again. A hospitalized Will is horrified when he discovers that his cousin has a gun.
You walking around carrying a gun? What do you think you're gonna do with that? For protection. Carlton, whoa, man, what do you think is that easy to just shoot somebody?
He urges Carlton to see that his snap decision to buy a gun could cause more problems than it would solve. After a tense back and forth, Will convinces his cousin to leave the gun.
I saved your life, man. I saved your life. You owe me! Now give me the gun, Carlton.
The image of the bedridden young man removing the bullets as he breaks down in tears is incredibly sobering. While the issues surrounding gun control are complex, this emotional scene sends a simple message about choosing non-violence.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to
see. This is the one that Eminem guy had before. As you seen it, right? The Full House moment that made us happy, right? But yeah, this was good collection of tackles. Serious issue that was tackled on Fresh Prince, though. Like, some of them I ain't think about, like the what we had, the heart attack. Yeah, definitely that was a good one to add right there. What was the other one? The sex, Ashley sex on her first time. Oh yeah, Frank and Janice getting married, and the sex scene, that was a good little bonus right there to add right there. I like that. This actually deserved to be in the top 10. Will getting drunk, that was good, and the stuff I mentioned, like the speed, the roaster profiling, Will's father. I thought that would have been the number one, but this was actually a good pick right there. So, other than that, if MsMojo been killing it. If you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bear signing off. One love.